Are you trying to decide between moving to Phoenix or Tucson? You've got one city with a booming job market and that unmistakable big city energy, and another that offers a lower cost of living and a more laid-back, artistic vibe. But with the real estate market we're seeing in late 2025, which of these iconic Arizona cities is actually the smarter financial choice? In this video, we'll break down the very latest home prices, the hidden market trends, and the real-world costs to show you which city is the right move for your money and your life right now. Navigating the Arizona real estate market requires an on-the-ground perspective that goes beyond national headlines. This breakdown provides a straightforward look at the most current data for both Phoenix and Tucson, helping you move forward with confidence. There is a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. Let's start with the number one question on everyone's mind. What will a home actually cost you? The difference between Phoenix and Tucson right now isn't just noticeable, it's a game changer for most buyers. As of late 2025, the housing markets in these two cities are telling very different stories. In the greater Phoenix area, the median sales price is hovering in the $450,000 to $470,000 range. We've seen some end-of-year softness, which shows that while prices are still high, the explosive growth of the past few years has cooled off. The market has entered a period of stabilization, with more homes for sale and properties taking longer to sell, often more than 60 days. This gives buyers a little more breathing room than they've had in years. Now let's drive about 90 minutes south to Tucson. The difference is staggering. The median listing price in Tucson is around $370,000, with actual sales prices coming in closer to the $320,000 to $350,000 range, depending on the data source. This makes Tucson's housing costs roughly 21 to 28% less expensive than Phoenix. For the exact same monthly budget, you are in a completely different price bracket in Tucson. That could mean less financial stress, a larger home, or just being able to enter the market when you might be priced out of Phoenix. But it's not just about the sticker price. It's about where the market is headed. While Phoenix is stabilizing from its peak, the Tucson market is all about steadiness. It didn't have the same wild highs, so it's not seeing a big correction. Reports show prices in Tucson are holding flat or trending up gently, creating a predictable environment for buyers. Inventory is up, and homes are taking a bit longer to sell, averaging over 40 days on the market, which means buyers have more options and, most importantly, more negotiating power. The average home in Tucson is closing for about 1.5% to 2% under the asking price, a clear signal that sellers are willing to make a deal. So what does this actually mean for your wallet? In today's mortgage rate environment of roughly 6.1 to 6.4% for a 30-year fixed loan, let's do the math. For a median priced home in Phoenix, say $460,000, with a 20% down payment, your principal and interest payment would be approximately $2,230 per month. In Tucson, for a median priced home of $340,000, that same payment drops to around $1,650. That's almost $600 in savings every single month, or over $7,000 a year that you could be putting towards savings, investments, or just enjoying your new Arizona lifestyle. This reality leads to two different investment profiles. Phoenix, with its huge economy, historically offers greater potential for long-term price appreciation. If your goal is to build equity over time, the growth in suburbs like Gilbert, Chandler, and Scottsdale is hard to ignore. But this comes with more risk. Tucson, on the other hand, is the clear winner for immediate affordability and cash flow. For investors, the lower purchase prices mean much stronger rental income. It's an easier market to get into and a more direct path to generating positive cash flow. A home is only affordable if you have a strong, reliable income. The job markets in Phoenix and Tucson perfectly reflect their personalities. One is a sprawling economic giant, and the other is a smaller, more specialized, and stable hub. Phoenix is, without a doubt, the economic powerhouse of Arizona. The metro area has a massive, diverse economy driven by tech, healthcare, manufacturing, and financial services. Major companies like Intel, Banner Health, Wells Fargo, and Amazon have huge operations here, creating a deep and constantly active job pool. It's a city that attracts talent, especially in the tech sector, where the average salary is reportedly around $118,000. This means opportunity. If you're in a competitive, high-growth field, Phoenix offers a sheer volume of jobs that Tucson just can't match. You have more companies to choose from and a higher ceiling for potential earnings. The trade-off? The massive sprawl of the Phoenix metro. Home to nearly 5 million people means your dream job might be an hour-long commute away. Competition is also fierce. Now, let's look at Tucson. With a metro population of just over 1 million, its economy is smaller but anchored by incredibly stable institutions. The biggest forces here are the University of Arizona, the defense and aerospace industry with giants like Raytheon, and a growing healthcare sector. There is high demand in fields like nursing, medical administration, and aircraft mechanics. What Tucson lacks in corporate headquarters, it makes up for in stability. The EDs and meds economy, education and medicine, is famously resilient during downturns. Plus, Tucson is carving out a niche for itself in the tech world, especially in optics, bioscience, and IT, with a competitive average tech salary of around $87,000. The real difference for a job seeker is this. In Phoenix, you're in a massive ocean of opportunity, which is exciting but can be overwhelming. In Tucson, you're in a smaller pond where the opportunities are more focused and often more accessible. Commute times are a fraction of what you'll find in Phoenix, usually just 20 to 30 minutes. That's a huge quality of life factor that people often underestimate. So who wins? For the ambitious professional climbing the corporate ladder, Phoenix is the clear choice. But for academics, healthcare professionals, defense engineers, or anyone who values a shorter commute and stability over explosive growth, Tucson offers a compelling and less stressful career path. Beyond the mortgage, the day-to-day costs are what really shape your budget and lifestyle. This is where the differences between Phoenix and Tucson become crystal clear. Overall, Tucson is significantly more affordable than Phoenix. We already covered the biggest piece of that puzzle, housing, where Tucson is much cheaper. But the savings carry over into almost every other part of your life. Let's break it down. Transportation costs are noticeably higher in Phoenix. This makes sense. Phoenix is a city built around the car, with freeways connecting its sprawling suburbs. You simply drive more. Healthcare expenses also tend to be a bit lower in Tucson. Utilities are slightly higher in Phoenix, which is logical given the more intense urban heat island effect. The only category where costs are pretty much the same is groceries. But lifestyle isn't just about saving money, it's about how you spend your time. The two cities could not be more different in their vibe. Phoenix is the modern, fast-paced American city. It's a place of ambition and energy. You have access to major league sports with the Suns, Cardinals, and Diamondbacks. The culinary scene is huge with world-class restaurants and celebrity chefs, especially around Scottsdale. The nightlife is vibrant and sophisticated. It feels new, polished, and always expanding. If you thrive on that big city energy, Phoenix is your playground. Tucson operates on a completely different frequency. It's often called Phoenix's more artistic, laid-back sibling. This is a place that prides itself on local culture and community. You feel its soul in the historic 4th Avenue district with its quirky shops, local bars, and indie music venues. Tucson's food scene is so important that it was named the first UNESCO City of Gastronomy in the United States. This isn't about fancy restaurants. It's about a rich agricultural history stretching back 4,000 years. The food here is authentic, celebrating Sonoran traditions and local ingredients. The lifestyle in Tucson is more relaxed and centered on the outdoors. If your ideal weekend involves visiting a local artist market, hiking in the mountains, and then grabbing a craft beer at a neighborhood brewery, you'll feel right at home in Tucson. For anyone moving to Arizona, the desert is a huge part of the appeal. But the landscapes and climates of Phoenix and Tucson are surprisingly different. Let's start with the heat. Both cities are hot, no doubt. But a crucial difference makes summer more bearable in one of them. Phoenix sits at an elevation of about 1,100 feet in a flat valley. This creates a massive urban heat island where concrete and asphalt trap heat, keeping temperatures high, especially at night. Tucson, however, is at about 2,400 feet, more than double Phoenix's elevation. This means Tucson is consistently 5 to 10 degrees cooler than Phoenix. While that might not sound like a lot, when it's the difference between 112 degrees and 104 degrees, you can feel it. More importantly, Tucson cools down much more at night, making mornings and evenings pleasant for getting outside, even in the summer. The surrounding landscapes are also distinct. Phoenix has incredible mountain preserves right inside the city, like Camelback Mountain and South Mountain Park. These are urban oases for hiking without ever leaving the metro area. Tucson's relationship with nature is even more intimate. The city is literally cradled by 5 mountain ranges. No matter where you are, you have dramatic mountain views. This gives you an incredible variety of recreation. You can hike among the saguaros in Saguaro National Park in the morning, and less than an hour later, drive up the Catalina Highway to the cool pine forests of Mount Lemmon, which rises over 9,000 feet. You can even go skiing there in the winter and be back in the warm desert by afternoon. Phoenix just can't offer that kind of immediate access to different ecosystems. A final point to consider is water. Both cities are in a desert and face long-term water supply challenges. Both have been proactive in conservation for decades. However, the sheer scale of Phoenix and its constant growth arguably place a greater long-term strain on its water resources. It's a risk factor to be aware of in either city. So, which city is the smarter choice as we head into 2026? There isn't one right answer, but there's a right answer for you. Let's break it down. Phoenix is the smarter choice for you if your top priority is career growth and you want access to the biggest job market with the highest earning potential. You're focused on long-term real estate appreciation and have the budget for a more expensive market. You crave the energy and amenities of a major American city, pro sports, high-end dining, and a fast-paced lifestyle. Tucson is the smarter choice for you if affordability is your number one concern. With homes costing over $100,000 less on average, Tucson is the decisive winner for budget-conscious buyers. You're a first-time home buyer or an investor looking for stronger cash flow. The lower cost of entry makes homeownership more attainable and rental yields more attractive. You value work-life balance, a shorter commute, a strong sense of community, and easy access to the outdoors. The cooler climate and laid-back vibe are huge draws. In the current market of late 2025, Tucson makes a very strong case as the smarter move for most buyers. The combination of real affordability, a stable market, and a less stressful lifestyle is incredibly powerful. While Phoenix remains the state's economic engine, Tucson offers a clear path to a comfortable life without breaking the bank. Deciding between Phoenix and Tucson is a huge step, and navigating these markets requires local, up-to-the-minute advice. The data covered today is a great start, but every situation is unique. For those ready to explore homes and neighborhoods that might be a perfect fit, consider connecting with a local real estate professional for personalized guidance. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that subscribe button for regular updates on the Arizona real estate market. Thanks for watching.